Kenya has entered a new financial year, and obviously that sets in motion the implementation of the 2026-2027 national budget as the government begins executing a spending plan expected to shape economic activity and revenue collection over the next 12 months. The new fiscal year, which officially commenced today, comes just hours after millions of taxpayers raced to beat the June 30th deadline for the filing of annual income returns, with the Kenya Revenue Authority marking the transition from one tax cycle to another.
It gives legal effect to budgetary allocations approved by Parliament, allowing ministries, departments and state agencies to begin implementing programs financed under the 4.8 trillion shillings budget. The rollout will also see the National Treasury operationalize expenditure ceilings, while the Controller of Budget oversees withdrawals from the Consolidated Fund. The commencement of the new fiscal year also ushers in the implementation of the recently assented Finance Act 2026, which introduces a raft of tax and administrative reforms aimed at strengthening revenue mobilization, improving tax compliance and attracting investment. Among the measures taking effect are changes to tax administration, a reintroduced tax amnesty program, incentives targeting investment in the petroleum sector, revised duty-free allowances for arriving passengers and tax relief on selected healthcare products. The government hopes the reforms will support economic growth while enabling the Kenya Revenue Authority to meet its ambitious revenue targets and reduce reliance on borrowing to finance public expenditure. July 1st also marks the beginning of a fresh budget implementation cycle for county governments, with counties expected to roll out development projects and recurrent expenditure programs funded through equitable share allocations and locally generated revenue. The transition comes amid continued fiscal consultation, with Treasury seeking to narrow the budget deficit through enhanced domestic revenue collection and prudent expenditure management while keeping public debt on a sustainable path. Meanwhile, attention has also shifted to tax compliance following the lapse of the June 30th deadline for filing individual income tax returns. Under Kenyan tax law, every registered taxpayer is required to file annual returns regardless of whether they earned a taxable income during the year. Taxpayers who fail to comply with the filing deadline risk penalties and interest as the Kenya Revenue Authority intensifies enforcement efforts. The close of the filing season now allows KRA to begin reconciling taxpayer declarations to identify non-compliant taxpayers and pursue enforcement actions where necessary. Trevor Ngendo for Prime Edition.